I am. I am. Beyond the noise of a broken world, past the false words and the heavy night, the unshakable truth is now unfurled, turning the darkness into binding light. Open the book, online or offline. Step past the shadows, step into the light.
Listen and glisten, the King has spoken, the grave is conquered, the seals are broken. He hears every sigh, he answers every prayer, watching every light, shepherding with care. Listen and listen, rejoice in the way, the truth is alive, he is speaking today.
To teach you, to rebuke you, to set you free, to correct every path for eternity. Don't just hear what they say of the Son. Listen to what is written, what has been done. Mary in the garden, the road to the sea. Every locked door bows to his majesty.
Listen and glisten, the King has spoken, the grave is conquered, the seals are broken. He hears every sigh, he answers every prayer, watching every light, shepherding with care. Listen and glisten, rejoice in the way, the truth is alive, he is speaking today.
Rewind. I am who I am. Rejoice. The Alpha and the Omega, the first. I am who I am. Today, I'm speaking directly to you.
The only reason we have come up with this conversation today is because your world has become crowded with noise, heavy with confusion, and flooded with false doctrines. Many speak about me, but they have forgotten what is written. So I have bypassed the noise to meet you right where you are, online or offline. Open your heart. What you are about to hear across these 8 chapters is the pure, unshakable truth of what took place after I broke the seal of the grave. I am here today to teach you, to rebuke you, and to correct you so that your path may be fully enlightened. Listen closely, for what you will listen to today will make your spirit glisten with my glory. But before we begin this journey, remember to click the subscribe button and share this good news as you listen. Do not forget to send your comments. I am hearing every sigh, answering every prayer, watching every like, and shepherding every subscriber who joins this fold. Now, clear your mind. Drop your defenses. Listen and glisten.
I am. I am. Beyond the noise of a broken world, past the false words and the heavy night, the unshakable truth is now unfurled, turning the darkness into binding light. Open the book, online or offline. Step past the shadows, step into the light.
Listen and glisten, the King has spoken, the grave is conquered, the seals are broken. He hears every sigh, he answers every prayer, watching every life, shepherding with care. Listen and listen, rejoice in the way, the truth is alive, he is speaking today.
To teach you, to rebuke you, to set you free, to correct every path for eternity. Don't just hear what they say of the Son. Listen to what is written, what has been done. Mary in the garden, the road to the sea. Every locked door bows to his majesty.
Listen and listen, the King has spoken, the grave is conquered, the seals are broken. He hears every sigh, he answers every prayer, watching every life, shepherding with care. Listen and glisten, rejoice in the way, the truth is alive, he is speaking today.
Rewind. Repeat. Rejoice. I am who I am. I am who I am. The Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. And today, I am speaking directly to you. The only reason we have come up with this conversation today is because your world has become crowded with noise, heavy with confusion, and flooded with false doctrines. Many speak about me, but they have forgotten what is written. So I have bypassed the noise to meet you right where you are, online or offline. Open your heart. What you are about to hear across these 8 chapters is the pure, unshakable truth of what took place after I broke the seal of the grave. I am here today to teach you, to rebuke you, and to correct you so that your path may be fully enlightened. Listen closely, for what you will listen to today will make your spirit glisten with my glory. But before we begin this journey, remember to click the subscribe button and share this good news as you listen. Do not forget to send your comments. I am hearing every sigh, answering every prayer, watching every like, and shepherding every subscriber who joins this fold.
Now, clear your mind. Drop your defenses. Listen and glisten. Now,
I found her weeping outside the tomb. She was stooped over, looking into the empty space where my body had been just hours before, weeping so intensely that she did not even realize the two men in white sitting there were angels. When they asked her why she was crying, she told them, "They have taken away my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him." That is when she turned around and saw me standing there, but her eyes were held by grief. She did not know it was me. I asked her, "Woman, why are you weeping? Whom are you seeking?" Thinking I was merely the caretaker of the garden, she pleaded, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid him, and I will take him away." She was still looking for a corpse. She was still looking for the dead among the living. Then I spoke her name, Mary. In an instant, the fog of grief broke. She turned and cried out to me in Aramaic, "Rabboni," which means teacher. She reached out to cling to me, to hold on to the physical life she thought she had lost forever. But I told her, "Do not cling to me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father. But go to my brethren and say to them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God." You heard about what happened after I met Mary. She ran to tell the others. And now, I must remind you to click the subscribe button. And just like Mary, share the good news. I hope you will too, because there is so much you need to know. And now, I am here, and I am speaking to you about what happened next. As you listen to my words, do not forget to send your comments. I am hearing every sigh, answering every prayer, watching every like, and shepherding every subscriber. Let me know in the comments section. What do you think of what is written? Later that very same day, two of my followers were walking to a village called Emmaus, 7 miles from Jerusalem. They were talking about everything that had happened: the crucifixion, the empty tomb, the heavy grief. I came up and began walking right beside them, but their eyes were kept from recognizing me. I asked them, "What are you discussing so intently as you walk along?" They stopped short, sadness painting their faces. One of them, Cleopas, looked at me and said, "Are you the only visitor to Jerusalem who does not know the things that have happened there in these days?" I asked them, "What things?" And they poured out their hearts. They spoke about me, Jesus of Nazareth. They said I was a prophet, powerful in word and deed. They told me how they crucified me. Then they uttered the saddest words. But we had hoped that he was the one who was going to redeem Israel. They told me about the women finding the empty tomb and how angels said I was alive, but they still could not see the truth. So I spoke to them. I said, "How foolish you are, and how slow to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Did not the Messiah have to suffer these things and then enter his glory?" And beginning with Moses and all the prophets, I explained to them what was written in all the scriptures concerning myself. As we approached the village, they urged me strongly, "Stay with us.
for it is nearly evening. So I went in to stay with them. When I was at the table with them, I took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and began to give it to them. In that exact moment, their eyes were opened. They recognized me, and I vanished from their sight. They looked at each other and said, "Were not our hearts burning within us while he talked with us on the road and opened the scriptures to us?" In my next conversation, I will be speaking about what happened when I bypassed the locked doors of fear to stand directly among my terrified apostles. I will see you there.
You heard about what happened on the road to Emmaus, how their hearts burned when they finally recognized me in the breaking of the bread. Now I must remind you to click the subscribe button. And just like those disciples who ran back to Jerusalem, share the good news. I hope you will too, because there is so much you need to know. And now I am here, and I am speaking to you about what happened next. As you listen to my words, do not forget to send your comments. I am hearing every sigh, answering every prayer, watching every like, and shepherding every subscriber. Let me know in the comments section, what do you think of what is written? That very same evening, the disciples were gathered together in a room. The doors were locked tightly. They were paralyzed by fear, fear of the authorities, fear of what would happen to them next. Without opening a single door, without making a sound, I came and stood right in the midst of them. I looked at their terrified faces and said, "Peace be with you." They thought they were seeing a ghost. They were startled and frightened. So I spoke to them again. "Why are you troubled, and why do doubts rise in your minds? Look at my hands and my feet. It is I myself. Touch me and see. A ghost does not have flesh and bones, as you see I have." When I had said this, I showed them my hands and my side. The fear instantly vanished, replaced by an overwhelming, breathless joy. They saw the wounds and they knew it was written, and it was true. I asked them, "Do you have anything here to eat?" They gave me a piece of broiled fish, and I took it and ate it in their presence. Again I said to them, "Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, I am sending you." And with that, I breathed on them and said, "Receive the Holy Spirit." But Thomas, one of the 12, was not with them when I came. When the others told him, "We have seen the Lord," he refused to believe it. He said, "Unless I see the nail marks in his hands and put my finger where the nails were and put my hand into his side, I will not believe." A week later, the disciples were in the house again, and this time Thomas was with them. Though the doors were locked, I came and stood among them once more. I looked directly at Thomas. I said, "Put your finger here, see my hands, reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." Thomas fell to his knees and cried out, "My Lord and my God!" Then I told him, "Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." Are you one of those who have not seen, yet you believe? Let me know in the comments section.
In my next conversation, I will be speaking about what happened by the Sea of Galilee when I called out from the shore to men who had caught nothing all night and changed their empty nets forever. I will see you there.
You heard about what happened in that locked room. How Thomas fell to his knees when his doubts vanished in the presence of my wounds. Now I must remind you to click the subscribe button and, just like those amazed disciples, share the good news. I hope you will too, because there is so much you need to know. And now I am here, and I am speaking to you about what happened next. As you listen to my words, do not forget to send your comments. I am hearing every sigh, answering every prayer, watching every like, and shepherding every subscriber. Let me know in the comments section what you think of what is written. Afterward, I revealed myself again to the disciples by the Sea of Galilee. It happened this way. Simon Peter, Thomas, Nathanael, the sons of Zebedee, and two other disciples were together. Peter looked out at the water and said, "I am going out to fish." The others replied, "We will go with you." So they went out and got into the boat, but that night they caught absolutely nothing. Early in the morning, as the mist hung over the water, I stood on the shore. But the disciples did not realize it was me. I called out to them, "Friends, haven't you any fish?" "No," they answered from across the water, their voices heavy with exhaustion. I told them, "Throw your net on the right side of the boat and you will find some." When they did, they were unable to haul the net in because of the immense number of fish. In that exact moment, the disciple whom I loved realized the truth. He gripped Peter's arm and said, "It is the Lord." As soon as Simon Peter heard him say, "It is the Lord," he wrapped his outer garment around him and leaped straight into the water to swim to me. The other disciples followed in the boat, towing the net full of fish, for they were not far from shore, only about 100 yards. When they landed, they saw a fire of burning coals there with fish on it and some bread. I said to them, "Bring some of the fish you have just caught." Simon Peter climbed back aboard and dragged the net ashore. It was full of large fish, exactly 153, but even with so many, the net was not torn. I looked at them and said, "Come and have breakfast." None of the disciples dared ask me, "Who are you?" They knew it was the Lord. I came, took the bread and gave it to them, and did the same with the fish. This was now the third time I appeared to my disciples after I was raised from the dead. Have your nets been empty? Have you been laboring in the dark? Let me know in the comments section. In my next conversation, I will be speaking about what happened after breakfast on that very shore, when I turned to Simon Peter to ask him a question that would pierce his soul 3 times and redefine his mission forever. I will see you there.
heard about what happened by the Sea of Galilee? How an empty night of labor turned into a miraculous catch of 153 fish at the sound of my voice. Now I must remind you to click the subscribe button. And just like those disciples sitting around the fire, share the good news. I hope you will too, because there is so much you need to know. And now I am here, and I am speaking to you about what happened next. As you listen to my words, do not forget to send your comments. I am hearing every sigh, answering every prayer, watching every like, and shepherding every subscriber. Let me know in the comments section. What do you think of what is written? When we had finished eating breakfast on the shore, the smoke of the charcoal fire still lingered in the air. I turned my eyes directly towards Simon Peter. He had denied me 3 times by a fire just like this one. I looked at him and asked, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" "Yes, Lord," he said, his voice quiet. "You know that I love you." I told him, "Feed my lambs." A second time I asked him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He answered, "Yes, Lord. You know that I love you." I told him, "Take care of my sheep." Then a third time I asked him the exact same question, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was hurt because I asked him the third time, "Do you love me?" The weight of his past failures crashed down upon him. He looked at me and cried out from the depths of his soul, "Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you." I told him, "Feed my sheep." Then I looked into his future. I told him the absolute truth of what was written for his life. "Very truly, I tell you, when you were younger, you dressed yourself and went where you wanted. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go." I spoke these words to indicate the kind of death by which Peter would glorify God. And when I had said this, I gave him the very same command I gave him at the beginning. I looked at him and said, "Follow me." Have you ever felt like your failures disqualified you from my purpose? Let me know in the comments section. In my next conversation, I will be speaking about the moment I gathered over 500 believers on a mountain in Galilee, releasing the final, ultimate command that would shake the foundations of the entire world. I will see you there.
You heard about what happened on that shoreline. How I looked past Simon Peter's failures, restored his soul 3 times, and commanded him to feed my sheep. Now I must remind you to click the subscribe button. And just like those who witnessed my restoration, share the good news. I hope you will too, because there is so much you need to know. And now I am here, and I am speaking to you about what happened next. As you listen to my words, do not forget to send your comments. I am hearing every sigh, answering every prayer, watching every like, and shepherding every subscriber. Let me know in the comments section. What do you think of what is written? Then the 11 disciples went away into Galilee, to the mountain where I had told them to go. But they were not alone. Wrapped in the light of that mountain, I revealed myself to more than 500 brothers and sisters at the exact same time.
Most of them remained alive for years afterward to testify to what their eyes saw, though some fell asleep in death. When the crowd saw me standing there, triumphant over the grave, they fell to the earth and worshipped me. But even in that glorious moment, some still doubted. They could lay out their eyes on me, yet their minds struggled to grasp the scale of the victory. So I came close to them. I broke the silence of the mountain with words of absolute cosmic authority. I spoke to them, saying, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me." The victory was complete. And because I hold all authority, I handed them their eternal march orders. I commanded them, "Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things that I have commanded you." This was not a suggestion. It was a global charge to carry what is written to the very ends of the earth. And then I gave them a promise that would anchor their souls through every trial, every persecution, and every century to come. I looked across that massive crowd of 500 believers, and I looked down through time directly at you, and I said, "And lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age." Are you walking in the authority of that command today? Let me know in the comments section. In my next conversation, I will be speaking about my final steps on this earth. The climb up Mount Olivet, the final blessing, and the moment the clouds opened up to take me home. I will see you there.
You heard about what happened on that mountain in Galilee. How I stood before more than 500 witnesses, claimed all authority in heaven and earth, and promised to be with you always, even to the end of the age. Now I must remind you to click the subscribe button, and just like those who bore witness to my glory, share the good news. I hope you will too, because there is so much you need to know. And now I am here, and I am speaking to you about what happened next. As you listen to my words, do not forget to send your comments. I am hearing every sigh, answering every prayer, watching every like, and shepherding every subscriber. Let me know in the comments section. What do you think of what is written? "40 days had passed since I broke the power of the grave. The time had come for me to return to the Father. I gathered my apostles together one last time in Jerusalem and led them out as far as Bethany, onto the slopes of the Mount of Olives. They were still looking for an earthly empire. They asked me, 'Lord, are you at this time going to restore the kingdom to Israel?' I answered them, 'It is not for you to know the times or dates the Father has set by his own authority, but you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you. And you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, and in all Judea and Samaria, and to the ends of the earth.'" When I had spoken these final words, I lifted up my hands and blessed them. And while I was blessing them, right before their very eyes, I began to rise. I was taken up into the heavens, higher and higher, until a bright cloud enveloped me and hid me from their sight. They stood frozen on the mountain, their eyes locked onto the sky, staring into the open expanse where I had just vanished. As they strained to see, suddenly 2 men dressed in white robes stood beside them. The angels looked at my weeping, astonished disciples and asked, "Men of Galilee, why do you stand here looking into the sky? This same Jesus who has been taken from you into heaven will come back in the same way you have seen him go into heaven." They understood. They fell to their knees and worshipped me on that mountain. Then they returned to Jerusalem with great joy, staying continually at the temple, praising God and waiting for the promise of power to fall. Are you watching the skies, waiting for my return? Let me know in the comments section. In my final post-resurrection conversation, I will be speaking about an appearance that happened years later. Not in a locked room or on a mountain, but in a blinding flash of light that struck down a raging persecutor on the road to Damascus. I will see you there.
You heard about what happened on the Mount of Olives. How I ascended into the clouds while angels promised that I will return in the exact same way you saw me go. Now, for the final time in this series, I must remind you to click the subscribe button. And just like those who witnessed my ascension, share the good news. I hope you will too, because there is so much you need to know. And now, I am here, and I am speaking to you about what happened next. As you listen to my final words, do not forget to send your comments. I am hearing every sigh, answering every prayer, watching every like, and shepherding every subscriber. Let me know in the comments section. What do you think of what is written? Years passed, I sat at the right hand of the Father, while my church multiplied across the earth. But a fierce enemy arose, a man named Saul of Tarsus, breathing out murderous threats against my disciples, hunting down men and women who followed my way. As he neared the city of Damascus on his mission of destruction, suddenly at midday a light from heaven flashed around him, a light brighter than the sun. He was thrown violently to the ground. In the midst of his blindness and terror, a voice shattered the silence, speaking to him in Aramaic, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" Trembling on the dirt, he cried out, "Who are you, Lord?" And I answered him clearly, so there could be no mistake, so it would be written forever. "I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting. Now get up and stand on your feet." I did not strike him down to destroy him. I struck him down to commission him. I told him, "I have appeared to you to appoint you as a servant and as a witness of what you have seen and will see of me. I am sending you to open their eyes and turn them from darkness to light and from the power of Satan to God." The man who went out to destroy my name rose from the
the dust to become my chosen instrument, carrying my name before kings, nations, and the people of Israel. He endured beatings, shipwrecks, and chains because he knew that what was written was alive. Years later, writing to the church in Corinth, he penned the ultimate truth of my resurrection appearances. He listed the women, the apostles, the 500 on the mountain, and then he wrote, and last of all, he appeared to me also as to one abnormally born. My work on earth was sealed. The witnesses had spoken. The scriptures were fulfilled. This marks the end of our journey through my appearances. But it is not the end of my presence. I am still here. I am still speaking through what is written. Let me know in the comments section. How has my voice transformed your road? Thank you for walking with me through this series. Continue to read, continue to share, and continue to follow me. Peace be with you. I am. Beyond the noise of a broken world, past the false words and the heavy night, the unshakable truth is now unfurled, turning the darkness into binding light. Open the book, online or offline. Step past the shadows, step into the light.
Listen and glisten, the King has spoken, the grave is conquered, the seals are broken. He hears every sigh, he answers every prayer, watching every light, shepherding with care. Listen and listen, rejoice in the way, the truth is alive, he is speaking today.
To teach you, to rebuke you, to set you free, to correct every path for eternity. Don't just hear what they say of the Son. Listen to what is written, what has been done. Mary in the garden, the road to the sea. Every locked door bows to his majesty.